Oh, hey, Kelly, how you doing? Of course I got Simply Juice lids. I'll ship some to you tomorrow. Oh, since I got you on the phone, I had a question for you. Oh, that was Kelly Sterne. I challenged him to make an Alien and Andor mashup panel. Yes, I know he's the Chuck Norris of foam panel builds. Yes, I get it. Foam, wood, Greebles, they all just make themselves because they're so afraid of them. Whose side are you on anyways? Han Starfire still finds it odd, even after all these years, to see panels of his life in the marketplace. He was not even sure where his last name came from. He never had one till the tales of his adventures came to light. He just knew that somewhere along the way, he was called Starfire. It seems almost another lifetime ago now, these long, grueling years in the prisons of Narkina 5. He knows now that it was Cassian Andor who started what would become the Great Escape. Within 5 years, he would lead decisive moments that brought about the destruction of the Death Star and ultimately the Empire. Memories of being on Level 3 in Narkina 5's prisons come flooding back, endlessly making parts for some unknown purpose. Rumors about the prisoners killed on Level 2 put everyone on edge. So when Bremer, the Level 1 supervisor, opened the maintenance door, shot 2 guards, and screamed for us to escape, it only took half a second to make the decision to climb up the lift to escape. Seeing everyone fleeing upwards only made the whole act of escape seem on program. So I did as all the others were doing. The shouting, the smell of laser-burned flesh, and the sheer exhaustion of climbing nearly every level of the prison still feels like shackles upon my mind and body. But the crew from my maintenance table stood by my side. We fled together and found what could only be described as a pathetic puddle jumper in a small fishing village nearby. The shuttle looked like it had not seen stars in a bantha's life. But it was all we had, so we climbed aboard and set out for the unknown. Anywhere but Narkina 5. The 6 of us flew for what seemed like months. Actually, flying is too poetic for what it really was. Once we broke Atmo, nearly all the fuel cells were depleted. Just enough to land somewhere, and maybe, just maybe enough for life support for the journey. But whatever vector we were on course for was now out of our control. To this day, we were not sure what occurred first, but the autopilot kicked on, made a new course for a nearby moon. Bremer still insists the autopilot computer knew life support was nearly depleted. I still think autopilot knew our destination. That odd monogram of a wide W with an eagle's wings underneath. There was no disputing the computer logged the warning about some unknown dangers present on LV-426. But still, forced us to land there anyways. It didn't take long for us to learn what the dangers were. Creatures, the color of ship armor that somehow disguises themselves within the mining colony buildings. It didn't take long in our exploration of food and fuel cells to know we were not all going to make it. 2 of the crew were immediately ambushed. We never saw them coming, and we never saw our comrades again. But the screams let us know that there were no survivors to be found. 2 more died in their last attempts to bring aboard the fuel cells, needed to chart a safe path to Ferrix. Word is that Andor could be found there. Bremer had found something that I guess could be considered a food ration. We tried getting the onboard computer to start the shuttle, but nothing worked. I pulled out the autopilot board from the on-deck computer and then was able to fire up the engines. I took off low and at full thrust, trying my best to incinerate those hellish creatures on our flight out. I still hear those devilish screams when I sleep. We got to Ferrix, Bremer and I, but our journey against evil had only begun. Now to finish this challenge, you need to go over to see Kelly's video. The link is above or in the description below.